Welcome to Mel Bear's Weird and Wonderful. Today we are making this beautiful snow globe tumbler full of sparkles, ready for the fall season. I do put out new videos every week, so please subscribe so you don't miss out on any of our fun projects. Thanks for watching. So today we are doing another snow globe tutorial video. We're going to need our hollow tumbler. I get these at Michael's. They are around $5 or $6. You can get more expensive ones, but I like these because they're reasonably priced, so if I mess something up, it's not a big deal. You're going to need some distilled water. You're going to need clear glue. Any brand is fine. You're going to need some UV resin. You're going to need some tape or some of these little dots or any kind of little glue dot. You're going to need at least one of these with the top cut off like this. And then you're going to need some sparkles. And for today's project, I'm going to do a very fun fall themed tumbler. So I've chosen a bunch of fall themed sparkles. I got all of these at Michael's. If you have a favorite glitter supplier, please use them. These are just handy for me to get, so that's what I used. These are some little leaves. And then we've got some other kind of little leaves here, little fall leaves. And we've got two different kinds of a chunky glitter. This has got like a mix in it. And then I've got just some, I'm just going to put a little bit of the gold in just because I think we need some gold. And then this one. To get started, we're going to put a hole into our tumbler. I've got my drill. I've got a 5/16 drill bit in here. You can use a 1/4 inch, or you can use probably 1/2 inch. Use whatever you've got. I don't drill it right here. You drill it here so you can seal the tumbler easier without making a lip on it. Quick and easy. I think I did go a little fast there and I've cracked that a little, but it won't matter once we fill that with resin anyways, so not a big deal. Get rid of all your shavings. Whoops. Okay, next we're going to start on our sparkle mixture. I like to use these little cups just because they're handy. What I'm going to do is mix all of my glitter except for the leaves into my little containers here, and then I'm going to mix it up later. The leaves I think are a little big for what I'm going to do, so I'm going to put them into a separate container and put those in beforehand through the hole without my squeeze bottle. I really like these, so I'm going to put quite a few of those in there. Put those to the side. We've got our kind of goldy brown ones. What are they calling these? Brown mix, alright. Not what I'd go with, but and then we've got our gold. I'm going to add a little more orange. Not quite as orange as I'd like. shake that up, see what we've got. I think that's going to be good. Okay. So I'm going to put these in through the top here and just push them in with my little stick. I might be able to pour some of these in, but what I found, it never works very well. You can try to use a funnel, but you gotta, let's try to funnel them in a little bit here. See how we do. I think if you keep shaking it, that might help. I find every time I make one of these, I get dirtier and dirtier as I'm going along. And then I look at my hands at the end of the video and I'm like, oh my god, I scrub my hands. So we're just going to keep dumping all the leaves through the top here until they're in. It's actually working fairly well this time. Whoops, spoke too soon. You can poke them in with tweezers or with a stick or with whatever you happen to have. Of course, now I'm spilling everything. I think this is just a test to see how much mess I can make. So I'm just going to keep poking these through and then I'll come back when I'm done. Okay, so we've got our little leaves in there. And now what we're going to do is take our little squeeze bottle with the top cut off. I'm going to put all of our sparkles into the squeeze bottle. And then I'm going to add the water, some of the distilled water, and I'm going to add, actually I'm just going to do the distilled water, I think. And then what we're going to do is shake this up really well with your sparkles in it, with the water, and then just put it in the hole so it's fairly in there, so it's not going to leak water, and then just squeeze. You're going to lose some water, but it's alright. Just keep squeeze, 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 squeeze. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. You may have to fill it back up with water, as I do, because it just emptied itself. Shake it up really good. Same thing. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Okay, now that we've got most of our sparkles in our tumbler, and you can see how they're going around. This is just water in there right now. I'm going to add the glue. So what I'm going to do is, I did add a few more sparkles in there because I wanted some more of the gold sparkles in there, so now I'm going to measure out some glue. I'm going to use about 30 mils of glue. And I'm going to add that to my squeeze bottle. And I'm going to see what that looks like. So I think I can use some more. So I'm going to add about 20 mil more. So that's about 50 mils of your clear glue total. Okay, and I'm going to fill the rest up with my distilled water. And then I'm going to shake this up. And I'm going to put a paper towel down because I keep spilling everything, and then I have to stop to wipe it up. Okay, and you're going to tilt your tumbler a little bit on the side here so the stuff goes straight down. Shake it up again. Put it right on there, and then just gently squeeze, 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 and wait for that glue to go in. And when you're initially putting the sparkles in, don't put the leaves in with the squirt bottle. I did try it. It doesn't work very well. Put them in individually. It works just way better. And otherwise the squeeze bottle gums up and you're right back to square one. It's not going to work for you. It's the same with super chunky glitter. If the glitter is too chunky, it's not going to work. So don't try to be lazy and put everything into the squeeze bottle when it clearly won't work. So I'm just going to tip this up, see if I can get a little bit of that air out of here. You want to try to get as much air as you can out of there as well. And I'm giving myself a little bit of a glue bath. Nothing too serious. Always make sure you have something to wipe handy when you're doing this. Okay. Okay, so we're all done putting our liquid in and our glue. And now we can give it a test and see what it looks like. It does take a little bit to shake the glue in with the water, but once it's mixed up, then it flows a little better. There we go. Oops. Now you can add less sparkle or put more sparkle or whatever you feel like. Just use your own preference. If you want the flow of the sparkles to be more, put less glue in. If you want it to be less, put a little more glue in. And you can always dump some of the water out. It's not the end of the world, even if you have to put a few more sparkles back into it. And now we're going to seal the top. So when you seal the top, you want to wipe the top with some alcohol, and then you're going to use your UV resin. So I'm just going to go wipe the top of this with some alcohol and be right back. Okay, so our top is all clean and dry and wiped down. And now we're going to add our glue dot to the top. I've got my little glue dot here. And I'm just going to flip her over. Stick it down really well. And I always find this the hardest part, is trying to get the glue dot off. I'll just press it down really well. Of course, I've got sparkles all over my fingers. Perfect. Okay, I got that down there nice. Now we are going to fire up our UV light. And I always glove up using UV resin and mask up. I recommend you do the same. Just gonna follow along here, and you can fill the whole bottom if you want, or just fill the one little area. Today I think I'm gonna fill the whole bottom. And I'm going to put a few sparkles on there. Just because. And I'm just going to take my little tool and just give them a little mix. Make sure that's fairly level. And now I'm going to fire it under the UV light. Okay, so our top's all done and hardened. And we can check her for leaks and see what we've done. Very pretty. And here is our beautiful finished tumbler. Just like a beautiful fall day. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have any requests or any comments, please leave them below. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.